After spending just under 2 weeks in Vietnam, it was time for our return to Thailand, a country we'd visited before, but only really for a few days and 10 years earlier. On that visit, we stayed on Koh Samui to get away from the cold of northern China, and really just lived a resort island life. This time, we were going to see more, do more, and eat more, as well as meet some of the locals on their own turf. Whether by boat, dodgy truck taxis, or on foot, the goal for these 3 weeks was to get out and see more of the country, including a famous beach or two and some of the national parks. This was the second of 3 countries we'd focused on exploring during our trip, but you'll have to wait to see what the last one is. The idea was to start in the Chiang Mai area and then work our way down to the Andaman coast to slow down a bit and see what southern Thailand had to offer, before we then moved off to Malaysia, Singapore, and Indonesia. Chiang Mai isn't an unknown destination. It's been a top-tier backpacker hotspot in Southeast Asia for decades, if not longer. After being founded in the late 13th century, it spent some time under Burmese control and has been a Thai city since the late 18th century. But most importantly, it's always been an important city for Buddhists of all countries. Our first stop once we got into our accommodation was to visit Wat Phratat Doi Suthep, a temple site perched up a small mountain to the west of Chiang Mai in Doi Suthep Pui National Park. It offers a chance to tour some of the shiniest gold buildings you could possibly imagine, which exist right at the intersection of incredible metalwork and woodwork. Another feature of the park is the ability to get out of the sun and into the jungle itself, where you can find yet more stunning temples in a more rustic setting. Even under the canopy, it can be a very sweaty experience, and so it was during our hike. The insects took a real interest in us when we stopped, so generally we kept moving. Are you ready to jungle walk?
Apparently.
Go time! An exception to this rule was whenever we came to a waterfall, which Net used to desperately try to cool her body via her hands. Now's a good time to mention our constant companion anywhere we went that had trees in Thailand. Hey Lynette, do you like these cicadas? The cicadas were unbelievable, but ultimately you get used to them. We wanted to see some more wildlife, so a couple days later we continued on to our next tentpole activity for the trip, visiting the elephants. On our previous trip to Thailand in 2013, we did see some elephants, but from a less educated point of view. We fed them some bananas and even took a short ride on one, not realizing then the cruel training that elephants go through to get them used to carrying tourists around. To try to undo some of what we did before, we now visited Elephant Nature Park, a rescue and rehabilitation center for elephants used in the tourism and forestry industries. The elephants there range in age from the old to the young and live in social groups of their choosing in the large hands-off elephant park next to a refreshing river, where they can go wherever they like. There's something so enchanting about watching them cool off by taking a series of awkward head dives into the river, which also looked enticing to us with temperatures approaching 40 Celsius. They just get to chill out, play in the river, and wander back when they want some food, which they get in abundance via a team of volunteers. We felt a lot better about this elephant experience than the last one, and moved off to the south with new elephant swag and a clean conscience. What wasn't clean, however, was the rest of our clothes, or our language from time to time, as you'll see here. Look at this. I don't even know what to do with this. 3, 2, 1.
putrid.
It's questionable.
I legitimately just gagged. No, f*** off.
Durian! Eat the durian! It's the king of fruits. Still eating it. Still tastes kind of like onion.
Stop eating it.
Start eating it. No! Don't sit on it! You're a crazy asshole!
Why is it there?
You knocked it out of my hand!
Oh my god! This is the worst Christmas ever.
The best part about that is it was on video.
Fuck off.
So Lynette, you sat on some durian. How do you feel?
I feel like I have to throw on my pants now.
In a cool way?
No! Why are you filming this?
Tipsy fruit tasting aside, our time in Krabi was really spent slowing down a bit, which included getting out on the water to tour the famous Koh Phi Phi Islands and the surrounding area. We got up very early one morning and joined a tour that took in a variety of islands and swimming spots. We met some monkeys, did some snorkeling, had some cheeky chongs once the sun got hot, you know the deal. While we saw a lot of impressive rocks and islands in Vietnam when we toured Ha Long Bay, the weather down here was perfect, the boats a fair bit nicer, and the destination, well, like a lot of 90s kids, I first saw Koh Phi Phi Lay in the movie The Beach, which held it up as the ultimate secluded tropical secret. It's not an unknown location anymore. The government actually closed it for almost 4 years to protect the environment from over-tourism, reopening it in June 2022 and limiting the number of visitors and what they can do while there. Consequently, there's no swimming, though you can wade in the shallows if you're not wearing sunscreen on your legs, and you have a limited window in which you can wander the sands.
Welcome to Thailand. Doug is the slow editor.
So get your metacognitive social media work in and walk on some of the softest sand in the world. If you're lucky, you'll get to see the sharks and get a shot where nobody else is in the frame. After Krabi, we took a short, long-tail boat ride to our next destination, the paradisical Railay beach. It's an absolute tourist zone where you can book dives, eat yourself into insensibility, or, if you prefer, try some of the more special foods or shakes that will also get you there. A lot of the places we went to on the Southeast Asian section of our trip had spectacular rock formations in common, but Railay quite possibly took the cake in that regard. There was also an interesting selection of local wildlife to be seen on a series of dreamy nature walks, and if you were feeling lazy, the wildlife would simply come to you. That's too much monkey for me. There was a local monkey mafia very much in evidence, providing a constant reminder to not leave any food outside and keep your hands to yourself. Stay away from wild monkeys, kids. You like point up or something? We spent a few remarkably relaxing days on the beaches of Railay. Probably the most adventurous thing I did in that time was clamber through the jungle to see a place called the Princess Pool down a muddy path. It's a tidal lagoon that fills and drains through subterranean caves, giving you a chance to look up while you swim and look at the tropical sky. Speaking of the sky, it opened up regularly during our time in South Thailand. You get used to it, but being caught out in it can dampen your mood a bit. After an excellent stay at Railay, it was boat time once again, and so onto a dodgy ferry we went, this time off towards Phuket, in order to visit Khao Sok National Park to the north. It continued to rain while we were in Phuket, but we found time when it cleared to go out and see a bit of the town and eat some amazing street food. Our last major stop was Khao Sok National Park, where we went to see yet more wildlife. In all aspects, Khao Sok delivers on this premise. Going to the elephant park was amazing, but I also appreciate accidental wildlife sightings in their own right. We spent a hot day touring the jungle of Khao Sok Park with a guide, who mercifully brought us to a swimming spot in the incredibly refreshing river. We required very little encouragement to get in, no regrets here. The lifeguards kept us safe, and the hike back was full of simian sentries, as well as our friends, the cicadas. We were now coming to the end of what I'll call this trip to Thailand, as I can't imagine never coming back to this beautiful and geographically diverse country. It would be worth it for the food alone, which is absolutely undeniable for a start.
Say hi, Doug.
Hello.
We're in Mom Kitchen and Library.
Ka.
Cat.
Hey, how dare you?
Cat.
The variety of wildlife we saw was unparalleled on the entire 40 to 40 trip, and the forest hiking a contender with some stuff you'll see later on in the series. 20 days in one country, then 4 countries in the next 20 days. Things are about to speed up. Join us, won't you? Welcome to Thailand. I might be a slow editor.